So you got a brand new Fire Stick and you need to know how to register your Amazon account to it? Let me show you how. Hello everyone and welcome to DFM TV. I am Dan the Firestick Man, and on today's video I am going to show you how to register your Amazon account on a brand new Fire Stick. I'm going to get you through all the settings all the way to the home screen so you can start watching your movies and shows. However, if you need help on how to install your Fire Stick to your television, if you look at the description of this video, there is a link that's titled Full Fire Stick Installation Guide 2021. You want to click on the link to that, and that's going to show you everything that comes in the box and how you hook up everything there and alternate ways of powering your Fire Stick too. Another thing is that if you have a program Fire Stick that you purchased from somebody, I recommend that you also go to the description of this video, and you're going to find a link stating Program Fire Stick Setup Guide or Program Fire Stick Account Setup Guide. Okay, and that one is going to go through the same settings that we're going to go through here, but they look a little bit different. That way we're all on the same page. Okay, this here is for a brand new Fire Stick that you just purchased, you just opened the box for the first time, or if you have done a factory reset on your Fire Stick and you need to know how to get back to the home screen and get everything going again, these are going to be the same settings. With that said, I want to go ahead and get started. So what I like everybody to do is to just look at the screen. Right now, I haven't hit the home button or anything on the remote, so obviously it's searching for a remote control. This is if you just let it sit there when you first plug it in, you're going to start seeing this come in different languages, but basically it's the same outcome. What I need you to do is I need you to press the home button. Which one is the home button? If you look at your remote and look at the screen, this button right here is your home button. I want you to tap that one time, please. And when you do, it's going to go ahead and find that remote. You're going to see some lights going on the remote, and then you're going to get this right here. And it's very self-explanatory. I want you to press the play pause button. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. Again, if you don't know which one that is, look at the little icon on the screen there and look at your remote. I'm going to bring up the big remote so you can see it real quick and make sure we're all on the same page. That's the play pause button. Let's go ahead and hit it now. And then it's going to bring you to languages. You obviously want to select your languages. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and select English. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the OK button. Here's another one. We're going to learn the buttons as we go along since this is a brand new Fire Stick for you guys. The OK button is the center of the circle. Here's the big remote again. And that one right there in the center is the OK button or enter button, whatever you want to call it. But that is the main button there. The sides of that circle, it's up, down, left, and right. Okay, so that ring going around the center, you can go up, down, left, and right. That's going to be very useful because you're going to need to do that during this video. So let's go ahead and hit the OK button. And now the first thing that it's going to start doing is going to start searching for the Wi-Fi's. It's going to find all the Wi-Fi's in your home. It's going to find the Wi-Fi's that your neighbors have. I seem to have a battle going on, or not myself, but my neighbors have a battle going on right now with the Wi-Fi names. And I'm not into politics or any of that nonsense, but as you can see, one of my neighbors put as a Wi-Fi name, Trump is your president. And then some other neighbor did fact check Biden's your president. So there's division even in Wi-Fi. I thought that was pretty funny. I'm not even going to get into that. Anyway, you want to find your Wi-Fi, but this part is very important, guys. You want to find the 5G. So let me explain that real quick, because some of you don't have two channels like I personally do. For instance, in my case, I have what I call the Matrix 2G, and I also have the Matrix 5G. A Fire Stick is always going to plug in to the 5G. Well, it'll do both, but the one you want to plug it into to get the best performance out of your Fire Stick is the 5G. Now, for some of you, depending on your company, whether it's AT&T, Comcast, Spectrum, whatever, wherever you are, you might only get one channel. And I'll give you an example like Spectrum right here. One of my neighbors has a Spectrum Wi-Fi. I happen to have my own Wi-Fi router. My neighbor has a Spectrum router, so it's one router that divides that channel into two. So By hooking up to that one, it would switch over from 2.4 to 5G on its own. In my case, I like my channels to be separated, so all my devices stay wherever I put them. So I'm going to register mine to the 5G. So just look at your Wi-Fi name. So for instance, if you have Spectrum, blah, 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 make sure there's not another one that has the same name, but that ends with 5G. Because if it does, that also belongs to you, and the password is going to be the same. Okay? So make sure and hook it up to the 5G. If not, hook it up to the only one you have, and it will do it on its own. I'm going to go ahead and hook it up to my 5G, and then it's going to ask you for your password. You guys should know this. If you don't know this and you have never changed a password since you got your cable with whatever company, you should find the password on the side of your modem or behind your modem. It should have a series of numbers and symbols and stuff that you put on there. It is case sensitive, so make sure that you put it exactly how it is there. Or if you created your own password, then go ahead and do that. At this point, once you're done, once you put in your password, you're going to go ahead and go to the bottom and click connect, and then it's going to take you to the next screen. So let me go ahead and put my password in and move on to the next screen. So now I put in my password, and now it's connecting to the matrix, it's connecting to the network, and if you put in your password correctly, it should come back saying that it was connection successful like it did for mine. And automatically at this point, this is going to start doing a software update. Okay, this is going to take a few minutes to do. It's going to download the latest software, and it might take 5 minutes. It might take 10 or 15 minutes. It all depends how long this particular Fire Stick that you purchased has been sitting on the shelf. So what I'm going to do, for the sake of keeping this video short, I am going to skip right to the part where it installs everything, and we're on the next point. Alright guys, all I wanted to mention was that if your Fire Stick restarted several times and it came back to the same thing where it's looking for new updates, and then it starts downloading the updates, and then starts installing the updates, and then it reboots and it does the same thing, that's nothing to panic about. You did not get a bad Fire Stick, and nothing's wrong with the Fire Stick. The best way to explain it is the Fire Stick has probably been sitting in the shelf for a while since it was created, and several updates have been released to the Fire Stick since the Fire Stick was created. So when you brought it home, it's obviously going ahead and start installing all these updates in the order that were sent out by Amazon. So if there was 2 or 3 updates, it's going to do 2 or 3 updates, one after another, in order for them to, work together to give you, the latest software information that Amazon has sent out to the Fire Stick. So I don't want you to panic. You did not get anything wrong. It's meant to do that. All right. If your Fire Stick is still doing it right now, where it keeps rebooting and starting over, and it's doing the whole update thing, it's totally fine. When it's done, this is where we need to get. Assuming that you got all your information for your Amazon account, you're going to need your email address and your password to access your Amazon account, or your phone number and your password. However it is that you set up your Amazon account, you can do either or. Most likely it is your email address. Before we continue, I got to say one more thing. If you have an Amazon account and your partner, your spouse, or whatnot has an Amazon account as well, I would recommend that you register this Fire Stick to the one that has Prime. Why? Because you're going to get all the Prime benefits on the Fire Stick if it's registered to a Prime account. Now, you don't have to have Prime to view things on the Fire Stick. There's a lot of different options. But if one of you is paying for Prime, you want to make sure you register using the email address and password for the Prime member. Okay, because that'll give you all the benefits of Prime Video on your Fire Stick. That said, what I want you to do is I want you to click I already have an Amazon account. It's going to take you to this screen here. In this screen, I want you to disregard going to Amazon.com code and everything. This is a new feature that they put on there, but it's unnecessary in my view. I want you to focus on what it says right here where I'm circling. It says press, and that's the options button, by the way. So it's a button on the remote that has 3 lines. Let me show you the big remote. And there it is right there, that button right here. That is the options button. Let me take out the big remote. Okay, so you want to press that to sign in your account on your Amazon Fire Stick, Fire TV Stick 4K. Because if you go to the Amazon.com code and everything, it's going to have you sign in using your phone or tablet. You don't need to do that. You can do it around the Fire Stick and it's much faster. So let's go ahead and hit that options button. And then it's going to give you the option to put your email address and then your password, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and put in my email address, and then I'm going to go down. Once I put in my email address, I'm going to go down and click on next, and then it's going to ask me to put in my password. Remember, this password is case sensitive. If you have any issues with your password and you needed to get a reset, you can do that on your phone, tablet, or computer, or you can call Amazon. They can reset that for you. Okay, but once you put that in, you're going to put next, and we're going to move on to the next screen. All right, so once you click on next, after you put in your password, it's going to see registering to Amazon, successfully registered, and then your name is going to pop up like mine is popping up right now. Then you're going to go ahead and hit continue. And then it's going to ask you, do you want to save Wi-Fi password to Amazon? You want to say yes. And then it's going to take you to the next screen. Now, this part right here, it's important if you have other Fire Sticks. You're not going to get this pop-up unless you have other Fire Sticks or you had another Fire Stick at one point. Any apps that you installed on another Fire Stick that is registered to your account already, okay? Then it's going to ask you, you can restore all those applications that you downloaded in the first place, like Netflix or Hulu or anything else that you downloaded. When you click restore, it will automatically start downloading all of those applications, so you don't have to go looking for them again and reinstalling them. It'll do it itself. However, by doing this, it does not register your account information to these applications. For instance, if you had Netflix and you hit restore, it'll find the Netflix app and install it. But when you go to the Netflix app for the first time, it will ask you for your credentials. It's going to ask you for your username and password for Netflix. You put that in one time, and then that is done. You won't have to do that ever again. So this is just to reinstall the applications itself. Your credentials will have to be put in one by one on each application that gets restored. Okay, in my case, I don't want it to do that. I just want to skip to the next part, so I'm going to hit skip. And then the next thing is talking about parental control. So I'm going to let you guys be the judge of that for the sake of this video. I'm not going to set up any parental controls here. There's other videos that I made on how to set up parental controls properly, and you can check out those videos on my channel. But right now, no parental controls, so I'm going to click on that. And then now, this is very important. It's going to set up your remote control to your television that you have it plugged into. So if you're planning on moving this TV to another place, then I recommend that you check out how to program your remote control, because right now the initial setup is going to look for the TV that the Fire Stick is currently plugged into. So in my case, my stuff is hooked up to a sound bar. Actually, my Xbox is hooked up to my Xbox right now, so it's not going to do a TV, but I do have a Samsung soundbar, so I'm going to program that to the Fire Stick itself. And I'll have a video on that as well, doing it, you know, to soundbars. Right now, pretend it's your TV and it's a Samsung. You're going to click on it, and then this part happens right here. I'm going to click on next so I can start hearing music. And what it wants you to do is hear the music and then work your volume control. So your volume control is the plus and minus on the remote. Let me show you the big remote. That's your plus and minus there. Take that away. I want you to press up or down, and if you see the volume actually going up on your television, you see the volume meter for your TV, then it's it connected to your TV successfully. If you are pressing the up and down and you don't see the volume going up and down on your television, then that means that it did not connect, and you hit no, and it'll look for another frequency to connect to your TV. In my case, it did what it was supposed to, so I'm going to hit yes. Next thing is your Fire TV remote is now successfully set up, so you just hit OK. And now it's going to ask you to choose some streaming services. So this is also a way, if this is your first Fire Stick where you can click on Get Started if you like, and it'll show you different applications like Hulu, Netflix, and stuff. You click on those. You don't have to do that here. You can do that at any point on the home screen. So this is just a way of doing it as it's setting up. I'm going to hit No Thanks. And then after that, it's going to go ahead and ask you for Fire TV for kids. If you have kids that are going to be working with the Fire Stick, if they're going to be in their room if the Fire Stick's going to be in the room, you can set up and create a profile for them. I'm not going to do that here, so I'm going to hit Not Now. And all these options that I'm skipping, you can do at any time by going to settings and setting those things up. Here is your Amazon home screen right here. Once you're here, you can just go crazy with the applications. You know, you can look for different things. But this is already set up. It is your remote control is programmed to your television, and you're on the home screen now. You can start downloading YouTube, Netflix, whatever you want, and you can get started on watching any content that you're looking for. And that is it on this video on how to get to how to set up your account to your Amazon Fire Stick. I hope this video helped. If I missed something or you got stuck anywhere, or something that's just not looking right for you, please leave me a comment and I will go ahead and get back to you as soon as possible. There it is, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to leave your comments below and I will get to them as soon as possible. I can't leave without asking you for your support, so if you could please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and the most important thing is ring that bell notification so you get notified every single time I post a brand new video. You have been watching DFM TV. I am Dan the Firestick Man, your source for entertainment. Until the next video, happy streaming.